And hello everyone. Welcome to another stream of SCS Software. We are live. Oh yeah, that's the camera I was kind of expecting.
There you go.
David, you got me confused. So another stream, American Truck Simulator stream today. We are live from our studio in Prague at SCS Software headquarters. And here with me, I'm Nemiro, by the way, head of PR marketing. Hey everyone, thanks you for coming. And here with me, we have a kind of a special guest today. Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, I can, Nemiro. My name is Giancarlo Londono. I am an intern here at SCS Software, and I'm just happy that, I'm trying out the whole experience, and he's been very nice to me. And
We kind of tricked you in a stream, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was here against my will. They have a gun pointed at me and everything, but yeah.
Blink twice if they should call police.
100%, 100%. But no, this is awesome. This is like a dream come true to like a lot of people. This is really cool.
And I must say, it's lovely to see internship or intern like you. You have such energy and vibe. You inspire us to get energetic about our everyday lives again with your presence.
Maybe.
Thanks for that, man.
maybe we'll see what the chat thinks in a little while.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, Giancarlo, we've put you behind the wheel for today. I hope you will do well with our trucks.
I hope so too, Just for context, I played a little bit of the game, because if you work here, you have to play this. They force you, and you must play.
At least we hope that people do that here.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm not much of a car guy or even a vehicle guy, but I played it on gamepad and mouse. I did academy on the mouse and keyboard. I know.
So you went through the whole driving academy?
As much as I could have, with the mouse and keyboard,
it's quite tricky to go through the whole thing. Yeah.
But gamepad is way better. I don't know if I'm going to start a debate in the chat, but I personally thought it was more intuitive and all that other stuff. So
I think most of the people in the chat are like super hardcore fans for steering wheels, but there is nothing wrong on playing on keyboard. If you like it, just play the game like the way you like it. I personally prefer gamepad as well.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of more like relaxing. You don't need to like. This wheel is super, and it was actually designed with our help especially for games with big vehicles like such our games. But to me, it's kind of feels sometimes overwhelming, so I like the gamepad as well.
Yeah. But this is the first time I'm really using a wheel, in all its glory.
Okay.
But I'm excited to make a fool out of myself in front of the chat, or be surprisingly really good.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Chat, be nice, okay?
Yes.
We know you, Chat. We know how you can be hard, especially on me and my driving skills. So this time, be nice, please.
Of course. All right, but if you really need to point out, like you're doing something wrong, then.
Oh, they will.
Oh, you like this shirt? Thank you. I wanted to wear something really nice. Like, I'm going to be on stream, I got to make sure, I'm representing the company really well,
Thanks.
And everyone in the company, they have really good style. Nemiro, he's rocking the all black, the signature hat from, is it a merch store? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I knew that,
I can hook you up with one.
Ooh, that's a good plug right there.
I actually like it even more for streams because of the lights.
Okay, yeah.
You will see. So let's hit the road.
Yes.
Let's hit the road. And meanwhile, while you will be driving and delivering cargoes in American Truck Simulator, I will kind of do a little interview with you if that's okay.
100%.
By the way, Chat, Giancarlo is from Miami, so that's why the shirt, I guess.
Yes, Miami. I gotta rep my boys. Oh, hi. I gotta rep my boys over there. If you haven't been to Miami, I recommend it, but do go in the springtime or December. Do not go.
It's too hot?
Oh, it is extremely hot. It's super humid. That would kill you, but I highly recommend it. Oh yeah, Vice City vibes, 100%.
Vice City vibes,
100%.
He's getting ready for GTA 6.
100%, and play GTA 6. It's right in my hometown. It's right there.
Oh, that's actually true. The map is going to be recreated by or according to Miami, right?
100%. And you look at the map, I actually see some notable places. They couldn't use the same names, of course, for legal reasons.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be some landmarks that is right next to my house, where I live. So it's kind of cool. All the places they choose, where all the, alligators
Yeah.
and all the sports.
Is that actually
cars.
true? Like, is there so many alligators
yeah.
living around?
But not in like the neighborhood. It depends where you are. If you live more to the north and near all the Everglades, then because I actually live below the Everglades.
Okay.
So that's kind of funny because when people think the Everglades is all the way south and south and south, but no, I live below it or right beside it. It's like an hour drive.
So, but I've seen a few videos like people are just waking up and they have an alligator in their pool.
Yeah. Well, they want it.
That's normal thing, or
well, people are hot. People in France, they're going to the pool, they're going this, they're jumping in the river. They get hot. And alligators are really nice. Crocodiles, those are the killers. 100%.
what's the difference between them?
The snout. It's
Oh,
a more
true.
because the
Oh, they
alligator-
have like thin.
yeah, or
And-
the alligator is protruding, like the nostrils protrude outward, and then the crocodile, it's like has more of a snub snout.
Uh-huh.
But it's like crocodiles are very dangerous and they would kill for sport. But alligators, you could just be right next beside them. They don't really do much. You just don't provoke them, of
Mhm.
course. And
And they're super slow on ground, actually, at least.
They're quite fast. They're extremely fast in underwater, but they would catch up to you. I don't think their stamina is not the best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had alligator before, like eating it, and also frog legs. It's really
What?
good. I actually recommend it. There's a
Is it
if
like
you-
chewy meat?
no,
or-
not really. I mean, a little bit, but it just tastes like chicken.
I kind of expected.
Everything tastes like chicken. Anything tastes like chicken. It is true, but it's high in protein. It's very good.
Chad, did you ever try alligators? Like barbecue with alligators meat? And you eat only alligators, no crocodiles. You can't.
Yeah,
you-
no croc. I mean, I don't know.
Are they protected? No, they are not protected. I guess.
Alligators?
Crocodiles, or any of them.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think in some places they're kind of invasive. Maybe someone can fact check me, but no, because the indigenous people of the Everglades, they've been doing this for years and years, and they actually show you how to wrestle them, like in a
How to
morally way.
wrestle them.
Yeah, because they hunted them, they wrestle. There's specific ways to do it, and they do it in a very moral way. Because some places they do it in a very not moral way, and they make a quick buck out of it. But now it's like a huge thing to, treat them with respect. Because, if you kill this animal, you have to show it with respect because it's a beautiful creature and has a lot of strength, and also they can kill you easily.
Yeah, that's what I would be afraid of.
100%.
To wrestle alligator. No, thanks.
Yeah, but the people that do it, it's really cool.
And they do wrestle them in water.
Yeah, 100%. Or like knee high, water,
Yeah,
because it'd be
okay.
kind of hard to be.
But they can easily snap your leg off.
Oh yeah,
Right.
100%. But their opening isn't that powerful. But they're actually.
So you can actually like hold
Yeah,
them mouth
you
like
can
this,
hold their
right?
mouth completely easily. You just be on their back and hold them. And I went to a show recently with one of my friends, and the guy that did it, he was really crazy looking. He had a hat. He had only a goatee, and it was down to here. But he asked the crowd, what did he do before? And he actually has a master's in finance, and he was in New York. So he's a financier in New York.
What a changing career.
Exactly. But he got bored of it, and now he does this. And he has friends who lost a couple fingers and whatnot. But it's a part of the job,
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's just cool,
Well, I think we could be like talking about wrestling alligators for
Yes,
the rest of the stream,
100%.
but we have a cargo to deliver and
100%.
more questions you to ask. So first of all, we already know that you are living in Miami when you are not
Mhm.
here in Prague. And can you tell us a little bit more about how did you actually get to SCS for the internship?
Oh, how did I get to SCS for the internship? Okay, so when it was during COVID and I wasn't doing that well in school because as you can see, I'm a very social person and I
Mhm.
really enjoy talking to people and collaborating with people. And at the time, my grades were tanking because I couldn't do online.
Mm-hmm.
So then my mother said, all right, this kid, he's not doing anything. He's just lollygagging. So we're going to send him somewhere or anywhere, right? We're going to do something
To
kind of
monastery.
Yeah, something interesting, right? So then she was thinking like Scandinavia, we had a conversation of me going to Scandinavia or something like that. And then we found that there was this only like truly English-speaking school because they speak English in Denmark,
Mhm.
but not really involved in actual school. So
Really, I would expect like because you're right. Like those countries like Denmark, Sweden, Norway, pretty much everyone can speak English quite well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the country, they speak English very well, but they don't actually teach like their classes in
so
English.
the classes is still in
Yeah.
in Danish and.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But they do teach English as like a like in the States they teach
Mhm.
Spanish and
Like
whatnot.
here.
Yeah, exactly. But in over there, it was actually an international school, so we had Germans, French, Americans. Oh, I got a red
There
light.
you go. First traffic fine.
I can't see the red light, man. It's but it's okay. We could break a couple of rules. We're on stream, But
See, that's the spirit, Chad.
See, that is the
I'm
spirit.
telling you every single stream.
Nemiro, he's a great driver. He just wants to make it more entertaining for you guys. To
Exactly.
be honest.
Exactly. I'm doing the fun here, right?
Exactly. But so I went to this school, and it was the very first time I really lived outside. I've been to Europe before in 2019, but this was way before like the actual drop of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And
What country did you visit back then?
I went to England,
Okay.
France,
Okay.
and Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, Spain.
It's quite a stretch.
Yeah, my mom had her fun, And so I lived in Denmark. We lived in, I don't know if there's any Danes in the chat, but we lived near this, the largest city was Ofborg. I don't think I'm pronouncing that at all,
Okay.
but in the west, like
Mhm.
in the countryside. And there I met all these other types of Europeans. And then there was this 2 Czech guys, right? And then one was like this other Czech guy who was kind of cool, but this other one, he was really into games. And we started talking, and then...
I'm just going to turn on the lights for you. Chat is asking for
really?
you to turn on
Oh,
lights.
so sorry.
Otherwise, you will be getting traffic fines every now and then
Oh, really?
for not using lights.
You know what? Thank you, chat. Thank you so much. See, this is why I'm going to save a lot of money with these guys around,
True.
But we
Okay, so
started
you
becoming-
met 2 Czech
yeah.
guys, yeah?
And then we started becoming more friends. And then this guy, he wanted to find someone that would actually travel all of Denmark with him, just so backpacking.
Mhm.
And I'm really open to these type of experiences. So we went backpacking all around, and this is my first time, so I was complaining a lot. My butt hurt the entire time because we were biking everywhere. We were walking.
Oh, they love bicycles in Denmark. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
oof. That's like breathing to them,
Yeah.
And it was just a really awesome experience. And then we became really good friends, and then he invited me to his house and all that stuff. And it was pretty cool. And over every single year from there on, I've actually been visiting in Prague every single year. So I'm a really good friend,
Mm-hmm.
And I've been visiting that, and it's actually the son of
Pavel Scheber.
Pavel Shaver, yes, that I met. I became
The world
good
is
friends
small.
of the very small world, right? And as a little kid, I always wanted to make video games and produce them, etc., etc. So then, things led to another. I'm here, but in the way that it actually happened, it was quite kind of funny because I was waiting because I don't really want to ask Pavel for
Mhm.
this opportunity because I felt kind of bad. Like I don't want to. Like I have a really good relationship with the family, so I don't want to feel like I'm using or anything
Yeah,
like
taking
that.
advantage, right?
But so I waited until they asked for a favor for me first, and it actually happened.
Clever,
Right?
Clever.
And the wife of Pavel, she asked me to order something for her daughter. It was like this salt set, this like antique salt set. But
Mhm.
it can only ship to the United States.
Okay.
So then I purchased that, and then I saw my opportunity. I said, and I was talking to her like on the phone. It was nighttime for her. It was like 8 p.m. And I said to her, hey, is there any possibility we could set up a meeting or something with Pavel
Mhm.
that I could, talk about if I could potentially have an internship? And they said, oh no, we could do it right now. So she clicked on FaceTime, and I said, oh my God, no. And she grabbed him out of his own personal office, put him on the couch, and I was staring directly
I
at
hope
him.
he, I hope he
right
was not
there.
in pajamas already. Like.
No, he was on his t-shirt,
Yeah.
as he always wears. But I was just staring at him, and he was staring right back at me, and we both looked like deer in a headlight. We had no idea. Like he had no idea what I was doing or why I was, on FaceTime. And then she just said, "Oh, ask him." And I said, can I have a job, or something like that? And he had the biggest grin on his face, but he was so happy. He was so happy. But I actually think he's using me so his son gets more involved with the company and this and that. But working here is awesome. Everyone here is super, super nice, and it's kind of funny being this kind of loud Hispanic American, and everyone else is here. But there's a lot of other. There's some Mexican guys here, and there's some Spanish people here. Yeah, Raul,
you've been on streams as well.
Oh yeah,
he's a cool guy.
Super nice, super nice guy, super nice guy. We talked a bit about a bunch of stuff.
So for how long are you here already?
I was supposed to be here for 5 weeks, so this is my 4th week. So next week is my last week. Sadly.
Last week? No.
Yeah. But it's been awesome. Every day working with the designers. I'm part of the
game design team.
Team. Yeah. So I've been working with them on some secret stuff. But,
don't spoil anything, man. Chad's gonna take you for your word,
But it's been really, really, really fun, and this is kind of like a little dream come true. And especially this, like, I'm not gonna lie, chat. This entire thing we're doing here, like this stream, this was planned. How many days ago?
Like yesterday?
Yeah, it was like yesterday. He asked me like, "Do you want to do this, or we can do it next week?" And I said, "No, I've done theater before. I talk in front of people all the time."
I'm more like used to people getting nervous about coming into streams. So I was like, I wanted to provide you enough time to get ready for it, like mentally. But he was like, "No, let's do it on Thursday."
100%. I'm mostly nervous with actually the driving. Like, I want to make sure I'm not making people angry with how I'm driving.
That's my job. That's my role here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So anything that happens, just blame it on Nemiro.
Yeah, they do already,
okay,
even
perfect.
if I'm not driving.
Perfect.
So
that's great.
Just a standard stream for them in this way.
100%.
And so I wanted to ask, like, this whole internship, was it just like your idea, purely out of your interest to get an experience in a game industry company, or was it kind of a part of your school project that you guys at your university you have to go for internship in some companies over summer, or?
Well, to be honest, this actually does not qualify for what my school wants to do.
So you will have to do another one?
In a sense. So I go to SCAD. It's in Georgia, the state, not the country. And its requirements is it has to be paid. It has to be at least 10 weeks, so I don't even do that. And if you're doing that, you actually have to pay for the requirement. You have to pay like $3,000 because it's technically like a class. It's like, a requirement. So, but they have this cool thing called SCAD Pro. It's where you actually work with a company. And if you're selected, or sometimes you can apply and they'll get you. So, and that also fills that role as well. So I'm probably going to do that because that's just more beneficial.
Still this summer, or?
No, like
later.
Or even during the school year. It could technically count as a class.
So you can actually like take 10 weeks off and go for it?
Yeah. So, I mean, not 10 weeks off. It just 10, well, it's something separate. Like for the internship, it has to be 10 weeks. But for the SCAD Pro, it's the classes. So it's the full semester or trimester or quarter or whatnot,
Okay. Do you want to drive in day? Because you can't really see anything.
Can we do that? Are we like God or something? Yeah. Oh my God. Who would have thunk it, chat?
You're one of the developers, now, so.
We're doing some sneaky tricks. Okay, good. Because I'm going to be honest, I have my contacts and I can't even tell. I have my contacts in, and I can't even tell like some little UI there. So
yeah, it's super hard to drive in the night on a stream, especially with those lights pointing.
Oh yeah.
To your face. So
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Right there in my pupil. Oh my God.
I should have offered you a hat before the stream.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm happy. It's a good setup.
So your university, what kind of university it is? What field or subject do you study, and which grade or level, or how you guys are calling the years, or?
So I'm in my 2nd year. I can never remember. So it's a freshman, and then the last one's senior, but it's junior or so. I can never remember that. Like
so
that's
in total it's like 5 years, 3 years?
It's 4 years. It's
4 years. Okay.
So there's freshman, and then junior, and then sophomore, and then senior. I think that's how it is, right? So I finished my 2nd year, so I'm going into my sophomore, right?
Mhm.
Is that correct? Right?
Chat, anyone from the US in the
Freshman,
chat?
sophomore, junior. Yeah, see, I got it.
Sophomore.
See, there
okay.
it is. Thank you.
So sophomore is before junior? I would kind of
I
expect
don't
the other
know.
way around. Like
I don't know.
freshman, junior, so
Some
okay.
sound cool. Giancarlo seems like a Fortnite type of. Oh my god. Type.
Oh my god! And now we're driving off road.
See, that it's because of the Fortnite question, man.
Chad,
You
he's
can't do
he's
that.
just testing the tires.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make
Watch
sure.
out for the traffic.
I'm a Fortnite type of guy.
Are you?
I used to be when it was kind of good at the time and novel, and not really like this place where advertising companies could just show off their new stuff. But
What do you mean, Frankie, that I should get a point for this? Like, I'm not behind the wheel. See, that's what I'm talking about. They always blame me for stuff that happens in the streams.
But that means they care about you.
Sure, if you put it that
sure.
way.
But with SCAD,
Uh-huh.
I'm studying game design and have a minor in business because I want to be involved more at the corporate level, but also be knowledgeable of the design aspect. So maybe a producer role, director, maybe even own my own company at some point, but definitely involved in that.
So it sounds like you have it all sorted out for your future plans. Like you know what you want.
Well, life to me at least has been this kind of roller coaster. I lived in Denmark for 1 year, and then I went to live in Boston for 3 years, and now I'm living in Georgia, and I plan to do my master's somewhere in Europe. So kind of a cosmopolitan in some ways, but not really like a fake cosmopolitan. But I'm excited for the future. And my school, SCAD itself, if you're from go to SCAD, it's an amazing art school. But art school, I use it in a very light sense because it's more of a networking school. They only have 10 weeks to learn a skill essentially, and you only have 3 classes max.
Skill, like for example.
So my next year, I'm learning game tech, VFX, and
VFX in 10 weeks.
Yeah,
it's kind of speed run.
Exactly. The hardest one that really kicked my butt was game art. So it was modeling. So we learned how to use Maya. We learned to use adding
in 10 weeks.
In 10 weeks, Maya. It was also importing set assets into Unreal. So then I have this project where I'm really proud of. I made every single texture. I made all the models. I did all the lighting, all the post-processing, everything. And I did that in like 2 weeks because that was the final project. So you had to compile everything and take everything what you learned.
What kind of a project that was? Like a game or
it was like just environmental art, showcase, all that stuff. But it's kind of novel, the whole system, how the SCAD system works, because it just pushes you in something that you have no interest in. Because I also had to do a programming class, and I'm not a programmer at all, but it wants to teach you the fundamentals. And people can argue that, so you just learn it very rapidly, like you're not good at it. Well, you're supposed to be involved with people outside of class. If you just do your classes and that's it, then you're not gonna really take advantage of the actual system.
I kind of like this approach because like I too do believe that the most you will learn in your free time, basically, in regards to any skill.
100%.
But the way how your school is approaching that, do they expect or do they kind of try to spark an interest in people, and like they put you into this 10 weeks course for programming, and then they hope that if you will find that you love programming, that's gonna be the field you're gonna focus more on, or is it like over the 3 or 4 years they're gonna go 10 weeks of this, 10 weeks of this, 10 weeks of this, and then at the end you're supposed to kind of know fundamentals of everything but not be a master in any of that? Or
well, the way how it's supposed to be, the first year it's just fundamentals. So you do stuff like foundations of art, like painting, like hand drawing, like traditional painting. And then like also art history. You have to learn about what does this art mean, and what the crazy guy was thinking of, and why he cut his ear off, and all that stuff, And so that the first year is just you just get into it, right? And then the second year is you apply for your majors, and then the second year you're like saying, oh, okay, I might do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You see if the footing there is, and et cetera, et cetera. And then next year it's more of the more involved in exactly what your major is doing, and boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
And in the final year, you have to have like a magnum opus, like your final project, and it's always involved with someone, because the biggest industry in our school is film, animation, or like fashion or something like that. And they have this giant sets, and you have to involve someone. So if you're a film student, you make a film. If you're an animating student, you make an animation. And if you're a game student, you make a game. You have to select the people that you kind of clicked with, that you see that will actually help you in your journey and whatnot. And then you combined, factions and make a good product. And then they'll determine if it's good or not. But they take it very seriously. If you do procrastination, or if you do plagiarism, you could be banned completely forever.
Oh, really?
100%. They take it very seriously. Or like if you just copy and paste and use AI, even though a lot of people do, but
so they don't encourage using AI nowadays?
They have a course for AI, which is kind of controversial, especially for an art school. But it's a type of technology that people are interested in, and some people are interested in, so they're not gonna deny that, and they're trying to keep that up. But they give you like boundaries, like you can use AI for inspiration, this and that, and but you can't use it for the final or anything like that, like actual high class art. No. But
interesting, man.
It's very interesting.
So from all the classes you've taken so far, which one of them was kind of the most interesting for you?
Well, that involves my major and does not involve my major.
At all? Like
at all?
In all the classes. Like I'm trying to find out which of the fields are most probably, the way you're gonna choose for your later life or future or career, or like where did you feel most hooked on, or how to say it?
Well, the funny thing is, it's actually the programming class. And the thing is, I'm not a programmer at all. I don't understand it. I understand to a point where you're solving problems, and that's like a dopamine effect, like, oh my God, I'm solving problems, right? And it was just quite interesting because the professor, he was very quiet and he was very polite, like awesome guy, like he's amazing. And we was using this really ancient JavaScript called processing. I don't know if people know it, but he was like a UI Unity guy, but we had to use it because it's very user-friendly in a way, and very like simplistic. So we had to do multiple different things, and I know the basic foundations of programming, and that was just kind of interesting. But as we have to continue on in the course and et cetera, we had to find out what we can actually put in our proposal, which is you have to propose an idea, or at least a game in the end, to our professor, and then he would determine if that, okay, you're skilled enough, whatever. Like there was this one guy, he showed us different examples of games and whatnot that other people have done, and this one guy is like a guru, like an absolute prodigy, because he completely did a whole RPG by himself and all this with custom art and all this, but yet you have to show that the criteria, how to do the programming, like you have to write yourself everything by hand, you have to remember everything, and I couldn't do this. But it was quite interesting that for me, as not a programmer, mostly a designer and someone that uses like psychology and like, understand like the ins and outs of how to make an actual interesting experience, that was the most interesting, because I was put in a situation where I did not know what to do, and I made quite a few mistakes. But because of the mistakes, and that's the whole point about problem solving, is that as a game developer, that you have to be intuitive, but as well as very practical with your approach in many different ways. So it forced me to think very critically about certain aspects of it and what I wanted to do. And I'm gonna say like I'm a kind of a bit of an overachiever in some ways. I wanted to do something I'm very proud about. I just don't want to pass it, and even if I got a bad grade and I was still proud of the work, that still is fulfilling to me to some degree. But I wanted to make a good experience, and the criteria was it had to be like 3 levels with some objects or enemies or something that actually engages with the player, and some button systems. So I made this very cutesy game where you shoot these spells at these goblins and whatnot, and they run at you.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of screwed myself because the first proposal says you have to like show off the mechanic, but I just added like these triangles or whatnot, and I had the naming convention of like these are trolls and orcs or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I actually screwed myself because he said, okay, now I want you to add new enemies. But those enemies I already added, they do nothing. Like they're just there for show. So now I had to think of more enemies. I had to add a boss and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of funny that this whole thing started.
So what did you do at the end? Did you follow the usual stuff like making weak but fast enemies, and one big and slow, or a range shooter, or like?
So the way how I thought about it is, okay, I want something to be simple, eye-catching, but also kind of repetitive in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So I made these like goblins. They're quick, but they have low health.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
orcs, they're kind of like the normal, like they have the average health. And ogres, they're very slow, but they have a lot of health. And so you have to kind of prioritize which enemy you want to engage with,
Mm-hmm.
and your wall, you're protecting, defending the wall, and you also have health. You have to selectively, choose which lane you're gonna engage with,
mm-hmm.
and each level it gets harder. So first level introduces goblins, second level introduces orcs, and then third level introduces ogres, and there's 10 levels.
So
and then
they're like mixture of everything.
yeah, 100%.
Mm.
But then I wanted a more stakes, and I made it some enemies like these trolls. There's a crossbow troll and the bow troll, and the bow troll is much quicker, less health, and shoots slower, and the crossbow is slower, more health, but shoots very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to dodge these projectiles while also managing your health and managing your health of your wall, and making sure you don't die. If you do die, there's a 3-second respawn cooldown, so it's not as...
And the platform was PC or mobile? Or?
PC. I tried a port to Mac, and I completely understand why developers do not do anything with Mac. It's hell. It's terrible. I spent 8 hours because my sister composed the music. She's a songwriter and a great musician. Faye Luna, go check her out. But she made the music for the game, and she couldn't play it at all because she has a
Mac.
She has a Mac, and she's in Japan right now doing her internship, and and it's kind of cool. So as a good brother, I spent 6 to 8 hours, trying to make
it work on Mac.
But no, I try to use GitHub. I searched it up on Google. I use Claude, everything. No, it's also because I think. No, we're not doing that. It's also because...
No reversing? No parking?
I'm not doing that, no. It's also because...
Clever move.
Yeah, clever move. I don't want to embarrass myself too much. But it's mostly because the software I was using is quite old and it's not supported.
That's super interesting, man.
Yeah.
Like the whole of your life, basically. I wanted to ask, like, from all the countries you've lived in, where did you like the most?
Well,
was it Boston or Denmark, or is it here in Prague where you can imagine you would be living? And
I would say that each experience or each country provided something very useful to who I am now as a person, and I think that that's truly the shame of it. That the most regret I've heard from any professor or anything was that there was an opportunity for them to travel
and they didn't take it.
They didn't do it during college, and it really does something to the human psyche. Being in a place that is kind of uncomfortable, but kind of foreign to you. And our world today is very globalist. It's a globalist world. Like right now I'm in the Czech Republic.
Tomorrow you can be in Tokyo.
Exactly. And you could these even right now like all these Twitch people, they're
watching us from all the countries. Chat, actually, can we do a quick location check? Let us know from where you're watching, and we're gonna kind of confirm that they are watching from Iceland, for example.
Okay.
Norway, Estonia, Czech, Mexico,
Estonia, Virginia. We got an American. Okay.
Illinois, New York, Canada, Arizona. Okay, we have quite a lot of Americans in the chat today. Netherlands, Arkansas,
Denmark. Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Maybe
depressed England. Oh my God,
come on.
Jimmy, it's not that bad, man.
Well, maybe it's because of the World Cup. That's the reason why.
They've lost, or
yeah.
it was yesterday, or
yeah.
they've lost.
Come on.
I'm not a soccer / football person. No,
come on.
I'm more like ice hockey or snowboarding or skiing.
Okay. See, like now they're gonna bully you even more for that.
Yeah. They already do their
so
best,
that's
man.
okay, Yeah. But no, yeah, they lost
They've lost to France or to Spain or to who?
to England. Oh no, to Argentina.
Argentina.
England lost to
Oh,
Argentina.
okay.
So
But
now,
Argentina won the last time, right?
yeah. So
So they're gonna be in finals.
yeah, in New York or New Jersey with Spain because Spain beat France, and I know France was the favorite. I think, right? But
So
no,
it's gonna be France versus
España.
no.
Oh no,
Sp-
Argentina versus España.
Okay,
So that's gonna be quite interesting.
that's gonna be interesting.
I do not wanted Spain to win, but now I want them to win because, even though that Messi's the GOAT, whatever,
Mhm.
but he already won, like 2,
Oh, you
World
would
Cups.
like to see others to get their
I mean,
fame
yeah,
as well. And
even though, I'm not a big fan of the Spanish team, but still, like, I want them to, something different, man, something more.
you watch
interesting.
like our European version of football, like you're like hardcore fan, or, because like you as an American, I would expect you more for NFL or NBA or.
Not at all. Not at all. I have some friends, like I sent the link to the chat, and I definitely have friends. They're definitely laughing right now because
Okay.
there was this conversation like, if they're talking about sports, I'm not listening, right? That's kind of the thing. But I like playing more than actually caring about it. But my mother, she sent me a video today actually, because she's where my background's Colombian, right? And my family comes from Colombia, but she likes going for Argentina,
Oh, okay.
Argentinians. Because she has a lot of Argentinian clients in Miami because she's a real estate agent. So, of course, she needs to, that's, for the money to keep flowing.
Yeah.
She needs to, suck up to them a little bit. But, no, it's great, And, yeah, she's a huge hardcore fan. She was at a bar. She filled with Argentinians. She was screaming, "Gol! Golazo! No sé qué." Like she was having so much fun. Absolutely so much fun.
And when's the final match happening?
That's a question for chat. I
Chat.
don't know. It's soon, right?
When is it gonna be? Is it soon? Is it today? Is it tomorrow? Sunday?
Sunday? Question mark?
David?
Sunday.
David,
okay,
is that
not
you?
question mark.
You know that, David?
Oh, wait. Oh, that's David.
That's David.
Oh, hi,
That's
David.
SCS Software.
I completely forgot that you were here listening to the stream.
Yeah, we have a David cam even. You can't really
Oh,
see
there
it
he
over the
is.
chat, but
There's
yeah,
David.
he is. All right, but back to the
Yeah.
main topic.
Main topic.
We kind of got ourselves steered to a different topics, even though it was super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit of what you've been kind of helping us here or working on without spoiling too much?
100%. But before I do, how do I get a longer route?
Longer one. Yeah, just click on the road length
Okay,
filter, this one,
Okay.
and now it's sorted
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is
by
good, yeah.
super long ones.
Yeah, okay, we could do this chat. Yeah, I made a funny joke. One of the guys that I work with, he's very fun. His name is Philip. He says don't leak anything, but and I said, don't worry, I'm not gonna leak anything, But everyone here is super nice. They're super fun, and I've been shadowing this guy named Voiter. He's the goat. He's the goat he's at least my goat, and he's been really cool and very helpful, and
he's super passionate.
Huh?
He's super passionate.
Oh yeah, he's super passionate.
He loves to work on our games and on all the UI UX.
Oh yeah, because he started off as a mapper, like
Uh-huh.
a map design, but then he slowly went into the UI aspect of it, or UX aspect of it. But if you ever are visiting, during when SCS allows fans to come to visit, try to find him and ask him to play table tennis with you.
Oh yeah, he's a pro.
Super good. He sometimes, like, when I first met him, I was like, really, this guy?
Yeah.
But oh my god, and he bullies me. He goes super hard. And I recently watched Mario Supreme. Like, this is Czech Supreme. Like, what is this guy? Who does this guy think he is? And they do this thing because there's a lot of people that play. We run around the table, and then we just keep hitting it. And I'm always out, and sometimes I get a couple points, but not that much. But yeah, shout out Voita. But he's been really helpful with me, and I've been working on a lot of different design aspects, when I first came to this company, I never played this game before, and what was that? What was that right there, chat? I'm a victim. You see that?
Yeah, sure.
What is that?
You
That
sound
guy-
like you sound like American now.
What the? Yeah, exactly.
You're
Like,
gonna
what was
sue
that?
him, right?
This guy just ran into me. This is like I-95 in
You
Florida.
ran into. I mean, like you probably should have given him right away, man.
No.
Now
Oh, see, look,
again
he
from
crashed
the,
into
from
me
the
again.
second, from the other
Who
side.
does this guy think he is?
Police is on
What?
scene.
And
It
the
was actually a
police?
police guy who ran into you, man.
Oh my god, this is just like GTA 5 all over again, you know? Those police officers are crazy. Is this serious? Oh my god, this guy actually $18,000.
I mean, you know, those
1,800.
those are fines for truck drivers.
Oh really?
Yeah, they are set up higher than for normal drivers.
Oh,
or like
because they
standard.
they have like a light, like a specialized license.
Yeah,
and,
they,
like, they're-
they carry so much
Oh.
weight, so they should be like more responsible and
Yeah.
like careful on the road.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah. By the way, one super good question in the chat for you.
Mm.
Giancarlo, is Giancarlo or Giancarlo?
Giancarlo, but the Italian, like the actual way to say it is Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
You know, it's
Okay.
one name. It's not two. It's
Giancarlo.
G. You know,
So there
it's
should
no
not be any
hyphen.
pause between those two.
Yeah,
like-
no, Giancarlo Londono. It's
Giancarlo
do.
Okay.
You know.
So they're asking, what's your favorite thing you've learned from the Kings of Semi-Truck Simulation? Thank you for calling us Kings, by the way.
The favor of what? Sorry again.
Favorite thing you've learned
From playing the game or from
your like internship here?
Oh, that it really depends on how much passion and input you put into a project, because I've been working on something for a little while, and it's just like brainstorming, and then in one conversation it's like, nope, this is like wrong, like we should do something else, and I had to kind of end it there, but that was the right call.
Mm.
And as a young enthusiastic person, you're gonna put a lot of effort, you put a lot of involvement in it, but sometimes you gotta understand, like, critically, is it really worth this much effort?
Oh yeah.
And
You
I
always
struggle with that,
You always have
because-
to kind of see the whole thing from a from a step back point of view,
100%.
like to see what it's gonna cost, where it's gonna get tricky, is it even possible technically? Is there a market for the
Yeah.
new thing
Yeah,
you want
100%.
to do? So it's not like, hey, I have this super cool idea, let's do it, and then you could be like spending next 5 years developing it and then find out no one actually wants it, or it costs too much of capacity. So yeah, it's a like super complex thing.
Yeah, I just realized I made a mistake, that I was supposed to turn left when it was green, and now I'm turning left when it's red. I realized that, and chat's gonna kill me. Yep, there
Yeah,
it is.
another fine.
I just realized that, but
But you're fine. You
there
have like
it
what,
is.
1.2 million?
Oh wow, I forgot. This is Pavel's account, because he's, this
2.5. Wait, yeah, 2.5
2.5
million.
mil.
2.5
Yeah.
million. Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of times and conversations about different things involving the game, because the history, if no one really knows about the history of this company, is quite fascinating.
Yeah.
It was originally, there was this American investor
Mm-hmm.
that wanted some cheap labor in the East, and then saw these 3 Czech guys, Pavel, Petr, and Martin, and he kind of used them for a good while, and then he had his fill, and then he just left them with the engine, and he made a good amount of money.
Yeah, but they did the engine.
Yeah.
They did the engine for him, like upon request first.
Yeah, 100%. And it was just kind of funny that they just tried multiple different things. Like, if you look it up, I think they've made 29 different games. Like, if you look on Google, and at the start, a lot of them weren't that successful. They're trying things out, and then they found this gem, essentially.
Yeah.
That even to this day, some of them don't even understand, like, why, but
And everyone initially thought it's gonna be like one-time gig,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's like too niche market, but let's do it, and then we would do something else. But no, it showed that there is actually like super like big number of people loving big trucks and this type of game.
and even some countries, like in Brazil, there's a huge truck
Oh
culture.
yeah, Brazil is like
It's
on top of
huge.
our list of countries.
And it's just kind of fascinating, because I never played the game before I've been here, and I didn't understand the hype. Like, I was like, what the heck? Like, people really do this? You know, they just watch people do
It's
this.
funny
Are you
because I
kidding?
had the same,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago, I had the same kind of feeling when I was joining SCS. I was like, okay, I'm gonna use SCS just to
Yeah.
get my 2 years in gaming industry in my portfolio, and then I will go do dragons and swords and
you gotta go
RPGs
to
and
some
first-person
real
shooters.
games, you know? Yeah.
But then I found out, oh my god, it's actually super fun, and the community is like super different and super chill and friendly, and yeah, I
it's
get that, yeah.
definitely it's definitely an experience worth trying at least once if you're an actual gamer, because the reviews, if you actually go on this website, like 250 Steam reviews, because if you actually go on like on Steam database, you can actually see like the amount of like the most overwhelmingly positive whatever. But you know, if you have a new game and there's one positive review, it's like 100%, right? So it actually equates like very like scientifically like perfect.
Yes.
The like the ratio by like how many reviews and whatnot.
Yes.
And you could see that a couple years ago this was the 8th,
Yeah.
and now it's 5th.
Yeah.
So you guys actually really been pulling your weight with this stuff. So yeah, this is a really beloved game, and I did not believe it until I tried it. And at some point, I had to wake up quite early for this job, and I was so tired because it's so relaxing. And I wasn't even playing with audio the entire time. I was just listening to my own music, and it was just so relaxing that one time I was going quite fast, and I fell asleep on the wheel, and I right in front of another truck, right in front of him, and I lost a lot of money. And it was like you know, like
Damage.
14% damage
Yeah.
to 100, right? Like, it was just kind of funny. But I completely understand why people enjoy this game. It's a playground. It's
Yeah.
100% a playground.
Yeah.
And it's just cool that you see landmarks and
And you can actually
places you
travel,
go up.
right? Because like no other game
Yeah.
has the in-game map as we do, like recreation of the
100%.
real world. Sometimes they do, like for example, you know, the in upcoming GTA 6 gonna be
Yeah.
according to Miami, but that's where it's gonna end. You know, they're not gonna have the whole Florida. They're not gonna have Florida and I don't know, Louisiana as well, right? But we do like what 20 states, 20 plus states now already.
Yeah. And it's keep growing. You know, there's
Yeah.
a lot of ideas about other states to tackle, and it's a huge projects. You know, they have so many mappers, so much research going to it. So because a lot of you guys, you love realism, like a lot,
yeah.
a lot,
And they are spot on details.
100%. And some people they spend thousands of dollars on like the best wheel, the best VR. You know, like what's the most accurate, whatever. And sure, you could play GTA, like you could play cars, and there's a lot of car games like Need for Speed, Forza, but I realized the weight of it. It just feels so well. Like this, it's like a good reload animation. You know, in a video game. Like you see the weight of it, you see everything clicks, and it just feels really well. And it's also modded. You can maximize the potential of having different things. You can drive with buddies. You can have your own music, and you can customize your own rig, and it's awesome. You know, it's not asking for all these grand things. You know, it's not asking to be the next Fortnite, or it's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't need some gimmicks like Darth Vader to be in here or whatnot, and that would be a cool collab. But you know, but still, it's just this raw
And I kind of like
player
that
engagement.
There's also like no aspect of competition or
Yeah.
adrenaline rush in our game. You know, no one is. You don't need to compete with anyone. You don't need to prove you're better. You know, you just relax, hold different cargoes with big rigs, exploring the States or Europe, and
It's very relaxing.
yeah, it's really relaxing.
And the interesting thing was when I started like trying to find out like how you guys, because I'm trying to make systems for you guys, I try to understand like how do you guys think, like what are things that you are really, what are some things that are very important to you. And I was reading reviews and forums and blogs, etc. And if you go to the Steam review, right, you see that the graph, it was doing really well. And then during COVID, boom. And to me, in my mind, is people wanted something like this. They wanted an experience to travel when they couldn't travel. They wanted something
True.
relaxing. They wanted a way for them to have this like this exact conversation, you know, with streamers, with their chats. They wanted a really good experience. And I think that this game does that. But there are some little aspects of it personally that I would want to improve, that I've been trying to improve with like the management part of it, or like skills, you know. Like I think that there are definitely some aspects of it that could definitely be more in depth. And right now they say like our player base is filled with truckers or car people and explorers, you know, this exploring aspect of it. But I'm trying to find ways to make it more of a, in a way, management simulator. You know, you're buying different cargoes, you know, you're managing your company, because it's, you know, you have technically a company. Jesus Christ, oh my God. Someone crashed into me again. Chat.
Yeah, on a hunt for you.
This is not my best day, but yeah, but I just find it to be really interesting, and I keep telling the other designers that you guys kind of did the hard part already done, because there's these new games, they already have these systems at hand, right? They already have these systems, and they don't have the playground, you know? And if you guys know that there's so much time and effort they take into making these environments, you know? And it's just kind of interesting. But there's also a lot of limitations, right? Because this beautiful engine of ours is quite old. But, you know, the programmers here in the office, they're amazing. They're absolutely spectacular. And they, you know, they put their heart and soul into this. You know, I also ask a lot of designers, you know, did you expect yourself in the game industry to work on, you know, trucks and, you know, like driving simulators? And originally not at first, but then as they get into it and understand the culture of the company, it's a beautiful thing. You know, everyone here is very well respected, and everyone really loves what the company's doing. And I think out of majority of the game industry, this is like one of the, where people are hiring. They're hiring people here.
Yeah.
And they're doing things like this. They're getting young, very energetic interns to be more involved. And maybe some of you one day can internship here.
Oh yeah.
Who knows, you know?
Or apply for a job. It happened in the past,
know?
like many times. Like some of our colleagues are actually coming from the community. Like they used to be modders, and now they, like for example, Selçuk, Sissel, he's the author of, I would dare to say, the most popular cabin accessories mod.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he's working now for 6 years or something like that. And he moved here to Prague from Turkey, and he kind of like did this big decision to, you know, pursue career, and he's working for us now for many years for SCS. So it happened in the past many times. So Chad, if you have passion or love in game industry and you would like to try to apply to SCS, then go for it, you know.
And then you could be on these streams with Nemiro with awesome swag.
Yeah,
and
you can
cool shirt.
You can tell me that my driving sucks, and in
real
person,
life,
in person.
Yeah, in person. See. You know, everyone's behind the screen, right? But this is an opportunity for you to get right there in.
Yeah, but I don't bite.
I
don't bite. Yeah. But time's flying, man. We have almost like only 5 to 10 minutes before the stream's gonna end.
Yep.
So, what should I ask you as a kind of a goodbye question? Okay. So, you spent 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks here with us already. You're gonna spend one more. You knew about our games before.
Yep.
You got to know people here around. What would be your message to the community and all the players of our games after you got to know a little bit of STS in person?
Well, just to answer that, yes, I do like TF2. It's one of the best games. People should play it more. Yeah, 100%. But I would say that with how things are in the game industry, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of people are scared. But
that's true. Yeah.
I think that this company is quite special, and I would say that if you truly like this game and this product and it brought you so much joy and it's been with you in times where you feel like there's absolute hopelessness, then you should sometimes give these developers a break. You know, sometimes you should try to understand where they're coming from, because, you know, it's just very easy.
This is not staged.
It's not staged at all.
It's not staged.
You know, because it's kind of funny that, you know, as gamers, as they like to call us, we love and we're so passionate and so emotional about these experiences. But you know, I always go on Steam and I always see that some people, they just chew these developers out, and the developers have to smile always, no matter what, you know, no matter what. And it's just kind of insane actually working with these industry heads, and it's just insane the amount of work, the amount of time and effort they put into the smallest of things. It's this one guy, he just compares UI, and that's all he does. He just boom, 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 and the lighting, everything. It's just, and you just have to absolutely love that job. You have to love it. Another one. But you have to love that job to really be invested. And I would just say that if you really like games as a whole, you should try to be more understanding of how this system works. But
there are, on the other hand, there are, at least in my personal opinion, you know, don't quote me, Chad, but I kind of feel recently that there are companies in the game industry that they do not care about their customers.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
You know, call out the companies that are producing BS.
Yeah.
100%. Because these companies, you know, this company is very specialized. This is a truck experience, right? And that's all they're involved with. Like, this is all you guys. This is all they have, right? This is what you guys need to do. But a company like EA or Ubisoft, they're giant. They're absolutely giant, and they have all these different projects. So if they find a way to maximize savings and maximize profit, and the community lets it, you know, happen, like, you know, games are $70, $80. That's crazy to me. You know, not 60s, and the industry allowed that to happen. So I would say, be humble, but understand when to put your foot down and vote with your money. You know, vote with your wallet, because individually, you know, we might not be as strong, but as a collective, we truly understand what is
where the
good
power is.
quality art.
Yeah.
And we gotta remind developers that they are appreciated, but sometimes that the higher ups, they're the ones that should bite the bullet, not the developers. And on many times people are getting laid off and this and that. We should give these developers a helping hand.
True. That's super good and deep answer, man.
I know. I didn't expect to have this conversation while driving a truck in like Louisiana or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, let's end up on a lighter note. Can you give me, by your opinion, the best game of all times? And you don't need to say American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. You know, we are having chill and open streams. We can talk. We can discuss about games, other games as well. So, what would you be your number one pick?
Do I like a title or
title, ideally, or you can go first with genre and then title.
I would say it's quite hard, because to me, I get this question. Asked, a lot of people ask this question to me, and I always say it's not about what is, it's about the mood, right? Am I feeling I'm up for this or whatnot? But I don't know. I grew up playing with the Orange Box. I grew up on old Valve titles. I love Team Fortress 2 a lot, and right now that game is you know, it's not doing that well, and I wish more people played it, but you know, Valve is neglecting it. But I don't know, these old source games, these free kind of random games on Steam, like those are the type of games that are so much fun. Even though they're kind of crappy and kind of janked, they're like these beautiful experiences. So I would say, like this weekend, you know, maybe stop playing Euro Truck Simulator just for a day or a couple hours, and go on Steam, and there's so many gems. You know, Straftaft, Fistful of Frag, you know, these types of games that are kind of janked, you know, and they're 100% free. You know, they're asking for no money, nothing, and they're beautiful experiences. And you know, some people say, "Oh, this is like friend slop or something." No, it's not friend slop. It's these experiences that are so meaningful. So yeah, but if I had to answer, play TF2, go play original Halo collection, go play Battle Block Theater, Castle Crashers, go play N Plus on, you know, they're releasing N Plus 2, you know, go play all these beautiful games, you know. Fortnite's cool, you know, CSGO's cool, Valorant's cool. And go play the finals and Arc Creators, like, even though, you know,
Arc Creators, okay.
I liked that a lot. I mostly played finals. I have like 400 hours on the finals, but that's their second game or first game. But yeah. And yeah, I just go play new games, you know, get out of your comfort zone.
True. Okay. Well, man, thank you so much for coming to the stream, doing this interview. It was super fun. Like I could listen to or talk with you for
100%.
next 2-3
Likewise.
hours.
Yeah, but we don't have that. Thank God for that. Oof, too much talking.
Thanks for coming, Chet. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we will be back next week with another streams, either Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator. We will see what's going to happen. And until then, thanks everyone. Enjoy your evening, day, morning, whatever time it is at the place you live in. And see you next time.
Adios. Have a great rest of your day, night, and safe driving.